All right, so in the last video, what I hope you noticed about the earthquake locations is that many of the earthquakes also happen at plate boundaries. So you can see that a frequent place of earthquakes is along the coast where California and Oregon and Washington are. And if we look up here, that same spot would be at the boundary of the North American plate and the Pacific plate. Another common location is on the coast of South America. And again, if we look at the coast of South America, that is the border of this blue plate and the South American plate. So that's another common location of earthquakes. And then if we look at the next one, it's right here, kind of in between Africa, Europe, and Asia. And if we look up here, it's also at the border of three different plates. There's, sorry, the words are really small in there for me to read. I think it's the Arabian plate, and then there's kind of a purpley colored plate. Oh, that one's the Arabian plate, excuse me. The African plate and the Eurasian plate, so where they all meet as a common location of earthquakes. And then there's another one right here above India, and if we look up here, that's also the border of plates. And then we have some more that are kind of cut off, so it's really hard to see on here. But this one would be at the edge of the Eurasian plate on this side. And then these ones down by Indonesia are also at the border of plates. So that was what I wanted you to notice with the earthquakes, is that they frequently happen where plates meet. And that's because as two plates meet, they're really, really big pieces of land. So when they meet and they bump into each other, sometimes they get locked together. And as that pressure builds up and they start to slide, they can cause the land to shake and cause an earthquake. So that's why we often have earthquakes, or why earthquakes typically happen at tectonic plate boundaries. So the next thing that I want you to look at on the maps is the location of mountains. So if you look at this map of North America, again, here's Michigan, and Michigan is pretty flat green. But over here, if you look, it kind of looks bumpy. So those bumps that you're seeing on this map are mountains. So we have mountains all along the western side of the United States and down through Mexico and also up here in Canada. Um, and then if we look, we can see them continue down the coast of South America. And there's lots of mountains throughout the world. This is at the border of India. There's mountains. You can even kind of see it here in the water, how it looks textured. That's mountains or ridges in the water as well. So the next thing that I want you to think about is looking at the location of the mountains. Do you notice any patterns between where the mountains are and where those tectonic plate boundaries are? So again, I want you to answer that question in Google Forms, and I'll post a picture side by side again of the tectonic plate boundaries and a picture of where the mountains are on North America. So I want you to think about the location of the mountains and the tectonic plate boundaries. Do you notice anything there?